Johnny Depp's private life has been subject to a lot of public scrutiny since his famous trial versus Amber Heard. The discourse around it literally never ends. Everyone from psychologists to lawyers to detectives has their own take on the case and something new to add. Interestingly enough, this isn't the first time this couple has gone to court. Before the 2022 court proceedings that are all over the place, Depp and Heard were battling it out in a defamation trial after Depp filed a $50 million lawsuit in March of 2019 over an op-ed Heard wrote and had published in the Washington Post in 2018. In it, she wrote that she was a victim and survivor of domestic violence, and while she did not explicitly name Depp within the piece, he is furious over the lost work as a result of the allegations, which included a role in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. But, hey, Amber also had her screen time in Aquaman cut from what was previously a starring role to only 10 minutes of screen time. Let's take a look at what his daughter, Lily Rose, had to say about the whole thing. Johnny Depp, family man? And of course, the spotlight on his ongoing trial with ex-wife Amber Heard not only has its effects on the couple, but also their family, which includes two children Depp had with ex-girlfriend Vanessa Paradise, Lily Rose, 22, and Jack Depp, 20. The famous family rarely talk about each other in interviews and prefer to keep many things private, despite the fact that Lily Rose has also chosen to pursue acting as a career and is never far from the public eye. She definitely knows a lot more than she chooses to say, probably out of respect for her dad. Lily Rose's Instagram post. Lily Rose Depp tries to stay out of the media spotlight, but some dedicated fans couldn't help reminding us of a post she published on her personal Instagram account in 2016. Lily Rose Depp was one of the first people to rush to her father's defense against said allegations through a social media post in 2016. At the time, she even uploaded a screenshot of a local law enforcement paper that confirmed that they didn't find any evidence of any crime. Even though she has so far not issued a direct statement addressing Amber's claims of abuse, she made it clear in the post how she feels about her father, as if to underhandedly mock Heard's claims about her dad. In the now-deleted Instagram post from 2016, she defended Johnny as news of Amber's allegations first came out. Her post was a response to Heard going to court for a restraining order. She posted a picture of young Depp helping her, who was just a baby in the photo, learn to walk. This might just be a sweet and heartfelt message to her father, but it is astonishing that she wrote it in May of 2016, when Amber's first accusations of many against the actor were made public. My dad is the sweetest, most loving person I know. He's been nothing but a wonderful father to my little brother and I, and everyone who knows him would say the same, she wrote as a caption to a throwback photo of herself with Johnny. Meanwhile, Vanessa, Johnny's ex and the mother of his two children, had nothing but total support for her ex, publicly stating in 2020 that through the many years she's known Depp, he's shown himself to be a loving, observant, and gentle person, not just as a partner, but also as a dad. She reminded us how everyone on movie sets, from the actors to the crew, all have only nice things to say about him. It's hard to argue with that. This is the only time we're hearing something negative about the Pirates of the Caribbean actor, and he's been famous a really long time. He's known to be a lovely person both on and off camera. She continued, stating that of course she's heard all about the allegations that Amber has thrown his way. She said that the Johnny she knows is not the man Amber says he is, and after knowing him for so many years with such closeness, he has never abused her or behaved violently. So it's safe to say Johnny's on pretty good terms with both his daughter and his ex. At the commencement of his defamation trial in April 2022, the Rum Diary actor expressed his desire to clear things out for the sake of his children. He said that since he knew he was innocent and all the claims were false, he owed it to his children to not only take a stand for himself, but also for his children who were mere teenagers at the time. It's also not just his family who's publicly rushed to his defense. Many celebrities have also supported him, including Winona Ryder, J.K. Rowling, Paul Bettany, Sia and Penelope Cruz. David Yates, the director of Fantastic Beasts, spoke of Depp's decency and professionalism on set. Sia believes he's fully the victim here. Penelope Cruz mentioned how Johnny has always treated her with kindness, so Hollywood is definitely on his side. While on the other hand, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone rushing to Heard's defense. Even the people she called as witnesses, Elon Musk and James Franco, want nothing to do with the case and clearly aren't concerned at all with her reputation and well-being. In a previous libel case filed by Depp's team against UK tabloid The Sun for giving him the label wife-beater, Ryder and Paradise stepped forward to Depp's defense by giving witness statements testifying that he had never been violent to them. It's really something when even your ex steps forward to speak highly of you and defend your good name, let alone two of them. Lily Rose and Amber, a close bond? Meanwhile, Lily Rose's relationship with Amber was recently brought into the spotlight, with Johnny telling everyone while on the stand that Lily Rose had decided not to attend their wedding. It was her dad's wedding. She must have had a pretty good reason to not show up. All he said was that his daughter and Miss Heard wasn't exactly on particularly great terms. While he didn't give much more detail about how this tension may have begun, it is obvious that behind the scenes, things were not too great between Lily Rose and Amber. So it came as a surprise to absolutely no one when the actor also maintained his ground and claimed that there was no closeness between the two at all. Depp said to the court that his kids have a non-existent relationship with Ms. Heard. "My kids are far more intelligent than I am. They refuse to be around her," he also added. This comes as a huge shock, and it totally negated Amber's own remarks. Heard insisted that she and Lily Rose had a close bond and even made claims that Depp was a terrible father to her, while recollecting several instances where Depp was a poor parent figure and she herself would have to step in and take care of things. She spoke of how she felt protective over Lily Rose because of Depp's abusiveness and alcohol abuse, even though they were not biologically related, and would protect her from her father at times too. Depp also made more surprising allegations that were about alienation and confessed that Amber was often selfish and would keep him around herself at all times because of her own selfish desires, and that often cut into the time he got to spend with his kids. He is a busy man after all. Strangely enough, although this whole debacle started in May that same year, in January of 2016, Johnny was seen accompanied by both his daughter and Heard at a public event. Drug use. Depp then testified that during his and Amber's wedding, the Aquaman actress and her group of friends took drugs from a bag of MDMA during the reception. He also revealed that the schedule for the wedding proceedings went something like dinner, dancing, and drugs. He also later confessed that he did drugs that night, but it was just marijuana. However, their relationship just wasn't meant to last, and their divorce was wrapped up in early of 2017. That's not where it ends, though. When Ms. Heard took the stand at the defamation case in Virginia, Heard alleged that Depp introduced Lily Rose to marijuana when she was just a 14-year-old. He had a reply for this one during his testimony in the 2020 libel suit against UK's The Sun, which labeled him a wife-beater. Depp said he never encouraged her to start using the drug. What actually happened was that Heard twisted his words way out of proportion and made it sound like something else. He actually said that his daughter had just become a teenager, and at that age, when you go to parties, it's expected that people will offer you these things because they're doing them themselves. He also said that he didn't want her to try drugs with people she wasn't familiar with, like any good parent would. Instead of encouraging her, what he actually did was offer her a safe place she could go to when she felt ready to do those things. He was really just worried about her safety, but he also knows how kids can be and was smart about the whole thing. So, rather than straight up forbidding her from ever doing those things. At the time, the actor remembered how Lily Rose later went up to him and said she wanted to try it and felt ready. So he consulted with her mother, Vanessa Depps, who also talked to Lily Rose about it. Sounds like some A-plus parenting, if you ask us. From the many wild and colorful stories that Amber Heard narrated while on the stand, some even involved Johnny Depp's reportedly awful parenting skills. Heard alleged that she and her ex-husband got into a fight back in 2013 over Lily Rose. Specifically because he allegedly allowed an older famous musician who Lily Rose had a crush on to spend the night. This happened even though the musician, Heard claims, was overage and Lily Rose was underage at the time. She said she argued because she was concerned for Lily Rose, who was too young and didn't feel it was right. Besides that, there was yet another incident reported by her that showcases Depp's terrible parenting skills. It was the same time she had to take Lily Rose Depp out for a birthday dinner without Johnny. That wasn't how the birthday was meant to go, of course. She claims that she had to do something for her birthday after Depp passed out after a plane ride. Depp was reportedly inebriated to the point of unconsciousness, so she took Lily Rose out to dinner to Benihana. She put aside all her marital problems, traumas, and did her best to make Lily Rose feel all right and happy on her special day. Johnny Depp also once talked about the reaction his son Jack had to the divorce and the case, and confessed to GQ in 2018 that he felt bad Jack had to suffer through that. He was only 14 that year, and it couldn't have been easy for him and his sister to listen to others gossip and make remarks on him and his family. Whatever it is, Depp's kids seem like they truly love him and are on his side throughout this. Maybe Lily Rose and Jack will come out later with more shocking insider secrets that could help their father's case. For now, we'll just have to wait and see. Well, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, The Focus, for more movie-related news. We'll see you next time.